All right, we'll go ahead and get the ARB June 14th meeting called to order. Roll call, please.
Chief Thornton.
Here.
Chief Pinion. Lillian Pike.
Here.
Jennifer Hempling. Dee Dee Hayes.
Here.
Chief Phillips.
All right. Excuse me. First thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the May 22 meeting. Those were emailed out to everybody. Should have had a chance to look at those. Anybody got any questions or anything with that? All right, do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Have a motion from Ms. Pike.
Second.
All right. Second from Ms. Hayes. Roll call, please.
Ms. Pike.
Aye.
Ms. Hayes.
Aye.
All right. Minutes were approved. For the old business, the updated ordinance, Municode has not updated that yet, so we do not have the updated ordinance. So we'll push that
The
out.
2019 amendments have shown up.
Okay,
That last batch we made are not on there yet.
okay. So the 2019 adjustments are on there, just not the latest adjustment.
Correct.
So when that comes out, when it gets it updated, could you send me a copy?
I'm
We'll
gonna
send-
print it out and bring it, and then also send it to the board
Okay.
electronically.
All right, thank you. The next part would be Decatur Morgan's EMS proposal. Has anything been done with that?
We just gotta have time to test it in the field.
I know y'all was talking about getting with 911 and doing some testing. Have y'all been able to do that?
We just haven't had a chance to do that yet.
Okay. All right, that's old business. Does anybody have any new business? All right, if there's no new business, Chief Phillips, can you give DFR's monthly report?
So in May, Decatur Fire responded to 286 Bravo Delta Echo calls. Of those, 273 were in the 9-minute compliance, which puts us at a 97%. In the PJ, there were 11 calls, and all 11 of those were in the time standard. For EMS statistics numbers, Gonna push it closer to you. Thank you, Mayor. For May, there were a total of 1,414 EMS calls dispatched. There were 7 rolled calls. And you can look through there. You can see we're actually trending right in line. I don't know if anybody else is a numbers nerd, but it's kind of amazing to see how in line the numbers keep repeating month after month on the call volume. They're all within just a percentage of each other. But if there's any questions on any of those, we did receive 3 call exemption forms turned in by time exemption forms turned in by Decatur Morgan. All 3 of those were reviewed and found that the circumstance listed did not support an exemption from the standard.
Did you say did not?
Did not. Right.
Does anybody have any questions or comments for Chief Phillips?
I do have something I'd like to bring up to everyone. We were hoping that some more Decatur Morgan personnel could be here, but it's a really bad day in the city and a really busy day in the city, so they weren't able to be here. But we had a situation last week that was kind of, it was a first in my 22 years to where we had such cooperation between fire and EMS. I'll just read you a little something I've typed up. So at 12:36 on Wednesday, June 8th, 911 received a call from a resident at Summer Manor stating that the fire alarm was going off and there was smoke on the 4th floor coming from the 5th floor. The dispatcher told the caller to evacuate the building and tell anyone they met to do so also. In addition to the normal DFR response and a standard 1 ambulance response, which was Medic 213, Decatur Morgan's 200, which is their shift supervisor, and 201, which is Director Stinson, went en route. And then also Medic 219, which was not far away, placed themselves en route to the call. So this gave us 2 ambulances instead of 1, which is that the incident commander of the Battalion 1 did not have to think to request. The service did this on their own. On arrival, of course, the first priority is to evacuate the 9-story, 71-unit building. Obviously, evacuation without knowing who has been evacuated and who has not can be counterproductive. This is when something unprecedented in Decatur occurred. The management and crews of Decatur Morgan EMS jumped into an organizational assignment within the command structure and began performing accountability and assessments on all their residents as they exited the building. This is a critical function that would normally have taken personnel away from search and rescue or fire suppression operations, or would have gone unperformed because of lack of personnel. Thanks to the training, experience, and management team at Decatur Morgan EMS, this went from the status quo of 2 lone personnel sitting in an ambulance waiting to see if they are needed to a team of rescuers providing full service to the citizens. So the motto of Decatur Fire and Rescue is service, pride, and dedication. To us, this represents the duty we have pledged to our citizens, in recognition of these professionals going beyond just doing their jobs and having pride and dedication to perform their duty in service to the citizens of Decatur. We would like to present Director Tyler Stinson, Coordinator Angela Moody, Supervisor Patrick Niles, Paramedic Giovanni Dell, Paramedic Bart Holmes, EMT Rebecca Hill, and EMT Michelle Clanton with a Decatur Fire Rescue Challenge coin. Chief England's going to make that presentation. Y'all gotta come up here and get it. Y'all can't just sit back.
Like Chief Phillips said that day, I was incident commander on the scene of that, and when Tyler and Denise and Patrick came up to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna take the evacuees and put them over here in a safe place," you don't know what a relief that was off me to know that I didn't have to, that was taken care of, and I wasn't have to worry about that. I could worry about our crews and the things going on. So I really appreciate that a lot.
Thank you.
We also have a certificate that to present to them that they can display in the place of business. But so again, this is, in instant command classes that we take, this is kind of the standard nationwide, but it's a standard that has never been set, or a precedence that's never been set here in Decatur in my tenure, and I assume probably much in ever. But to have these guys to have the training and knowledge that they need to function within the command structure like that. And we want to thank the administration at Decatur Morgan. Ms. Powers isn't here, Ms. Wynn's not here, but Jenny's here to represent them, for giving these guys the latitude to think on their own and to set up a command structure to allow that to happen. So their current command structure is parallel with our own shift command structure. And it's really changed the game in EMS over the past few months. So we're real happy to see those results out in the field.
Thank you. Thank y'all again. We appreciate that. Next on the agenda is Tyler Stinson giving Decatur Morgan's times for the month.
So for the month of May, we responded to 295 Echo, Delta, and Bravo calls within the city limits. We transported 217 of those. We responded to 21 Echo, Delta, and Bravo calls in the PJ and transported 13 of those. Our response time in the city limits was 91%, and in the PJ we were at 100%. We ran a total of 1,418 calls in the month of May and transported 1,195 patients.
Hey, what was those last two numbers you said again, please?
We did 1,418 calls, that's all call types, and we transported 1,195 patients. We did roll 7 calls in the month of May, but we had 13 calls rolled to us in the month of May.
You had how many rolled to you?
13.
Okay.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, does anybody else have anything for the meeting today? 911, you got anything? All right, if nobody else has anything, we'll adjourn the meeting at 2:11. Thank y'all for coming out. See y'all next month on July 12th.